Hello everyone. Thank you for attending this webinar. My name is Sanjeev. I work for GL Communications, and I am joined by my colleagues, Mr. Robert Buchevsky, who is our Director of Engineering, and Mr. Raghavendra Rao, who is a Senior Test Engineer. Today's topic for the webinar is the ultra portable solution for testing the voice and data in on all the mobile networks. So for those of you who are not familiar with GL, I'm just going to give a brief introduction about our company. We are GL Communications and we are based out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. We also have offices in Bangalore, India, and Shanghai, China. We have representatives all across the globe. We started operations back in 1986, and we are into this telecommunication test and measurement industry from the past 30 plus years. Initially, we started with the telecom consulting services, and then we moved towards the telecommunications test equipment manufacturing. Our products mainly focus on testing all types of telecom networks, starting from PSTN, Ethernet IP, wireless, SONET, STH, and many other networks. So our core strength lies in the protocol simulation and analysis across all the above said networks. And today will be presenting about a new product that we have launched, which is called as a vMobile. It is an ultra portable solution for testing the voice and data across the mobile networks. Until now, we have various hardware platforms for mobile network voice quality testing, which includes our portable dual UTA or the self-contained vQuad probe. It comes with the SPC for field testing. So in all these platforms, we used to connect to any mobile through a Bluetooth interface. These are still available, but they have some limitations when it comes to drive testing or a wide coverage. This is where the vMobile comes in very handy. The vMobile comes with several portable applications that can be used in testing the voice quality while you are on a plane, or it may be on a train, or inside a car, or on a bus. So there are many advantages of the vMobile there. As this device is a very ultra portable and very small in size, it can be carried without any hassles. This device can be used to test both the mobile phones as well as the PTT radios, as it has multiple options to connect and test. So as we move on, we'll show you the demo or how this device can be used for your testing and how you can view the results using our WebViewer. This slide, I'll be discussing an overview of what are challenges that we are facing in the current mobile communication, voice communication. So it has a greater impact in the mobile voice communication has a greater impact on our lives. And since many types of wireless networks are being used for mobile communication, we still face a lot of challenges with regard to the voice quality. So there are many reasons which are affecting the voice quality. It can be due to the low signal, overloaded networks, the lesser coverage area, interoperability across the networks, and many other reasons for that. So a lot of revenue is actually being spent on by the service providers in keeping track of all the voice quality so that their customers are happy with the services. So in order to satisfy this, they need to have handy tools which can help them to do these tests in a seamless manner. vMobile comes in very handy for such kind of regression testing and automated testing, because it is very small and easy to carry, unlike carrying any bulky equipments for doing such kind of testing. So with this brief overview, I would like to pass on to our product expert, Mr. Robert Bichevsky, to continue the proceedings. Over to you, Rob.
All right, thanks, Sanjeev. I'm going to leave this slide up for a second. So, you know, with testing voice quality and testing delay measurements and so forth, you know, delay of the network, this is very important as we moved for mobile networks as we move to voice over LTE, and then we move to 5G voice over NR. And also when testing voice over Wi-Fi and any other method of the mobile phones connecting to the network. So in all aspects, this is how, you know, we want to make sure that the phones are providing good quality, good coverage, you know, and without any drop in coverage or drop in connectivity or what have you. And in the same respect, we'll be going over mobile radios, how we can test mobile radios using the same device. Okay, so let's get right into it. And this is actually the vMobile. Very excited about this. So this is a handheld unit. It's around 7 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and about 1.25 inches high. So it's a small unit that can be held in your hand. It can go into your pocket, so you can walk with it, easily fit in a car, obviously. So it's a nice portable unit. And now you can see that there's a screen on here. I'll get into that a little later. So you can operate the vMobile directly from using the buttons, but there's other ways to operate this that I'll get into, using a mobile phone or a web browser to fully operate the vMobile, remotely operate it. The vMobile obviously has an internal battery, so you don't need any connections for power, and in fact, it has a USB port on the bottom, so you can recharge the battery or even plug in an external battery to get more life out of the vMobile. The vMobile has internal GPS, but you can also connect an external GPS if you're in a vehicle or what have you, and then put the GPS on the roof. And then it also has, inside, it has 2 Bluetooth radios, so you can connect 2 Bluetooth phones, but you can also connect 4-wire analogs, so push to talk, you connect a mobile radio or any device that requires a headset. An analog headset can be connected to this port. So very versatile. We are shipping this quite soon. Right now, we're just wrapping up CE certification, so it will be CE certified. And one other thing it has inside, so again, it has the Bluetooth, it has GPS, it also has Wi-Fi. So that's how we connect this to the network. You can connect through Wi-Fi in an office or in your home, or tether it to a phone and get internet connection through that means. Okay, so the vMobile, that's our new product, and it does mobile phones, mobile radios, any type of 4-wire analog. All that is handled using the vMobile. Currently, we still are supporting the dual UTA. Not currently, but we will continue to support the dual UTA, which is, if you haven't seen this, you can go to our website and take a look. But this is still a portable box, but it connects to a PC, a Windows PC, and it has a bunch of interfaces on both sides, on side 1 and side 2, including Bluetooth. So it can connect Bluetooth phones or radios or analog devices, what have you. We also have a probe, our vQuad probe, which is the same as the dual UTA, but we embed a PC inside the probe, so it's an all-in-one unit, not also somewhat portable. And then we also have a rack solution where we can put multiple dual UTAs inside of a 1U rack, which has a PC. Now, what's nice about this is all of these devices will work together. So if you have a dual UTA, you can run a test between one side to the other side, or you can run a test from this dual UTA to that dual UTA. So no problems. When the vMobile is introduced, Now you can run a test between the two sides of the vMobile or between the vMobile and one of the dual UTAs. So everything is interoperability throughout, and if you've already been using the vQuad and you need something ultra portable, you can introduce the vMobile, and now you can run tests between the vMobile and the vQuad, and all the results go to the same place as they have before, and they look the same. So again, just going over some of the portable methods to use this. So you can be on a plane with this unit, running tests, hang it on a drone. We've had requests for that, actually, on a train, on a bus, in a car, or just in your pocket walking around. So again, very portable, very easy to move around with it and to use it. Very excited about this product. Okay, so now I mentioned configuration. So again, there's a screen on the vMobile with buttons so you can navigate to configurations and operations and so forth. But the way that we want to push the operation of the vMobile is using what we call a console and a console app. So the console is basically just a web browser, and the console app is an app that resides on a mobile phone, either Android or iOS devices. And from the console or console app, you can then control the vMobile. So you can configure the vMobile. That means setting up where all the results are going to go, where you're going to analyze the files for voice quality, whether you're running as narrowband or wideband, so the sampling rate, whether you want to run as Bluetooth or push to talk, whether you're in the Bluetooth mode or the push to talk analog mode. All these can be configured along with connecting to the mobile phones. So your Bluetooth connections, pairing the Bluetooth phones and connecting the Bluetooth phones and connecting to the Wi-Fi. All that can be done from the console and the console app. In addition, you can perform the operations. So that means setting up or specifying the scripts for running on the two sides of the vMobile, running the scripts, stopping the scripts, seeing the status of the script, seeing the status of the phones. All that can be shown in the console and the console app. You can even use the console and console app for upgrading the vMobile, upgrading the software and grabbing logs and so forth, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So everything can be done through the console and console app with some minimal configuration settings directly from the buttons on the vMobile. But we've made it very simple to use, very powerful. It is a fully automated test instrument. We don't really use this for manual operations. So the vQuad, you can run manual tests, but the vMobile is really for automated testing of mobile networks. Okay. And one other thing, when you're configuring and operating from the console and console app, you'll actually see all the vMobiles that are currently set up in your system. So if you have one vMobile or you have 20 vMobiles, you'll see them all, and you'll be able to configure them all and operate them all. In fact, operate multiples at the same time. So all, again, everything done through these through the app or the web browser. So let's get into this. First thing we can do is use the vMobile for voice quality on mobile networks. So I can connect any phone, doesn't matter, any phone that has Bluetooth, I can connect that to the vMobile. And as I mentioned, I have two Bluetooth chips in the vMobile, so I can connect two different phones to the vMobile. Once I connect it, the vMobile becomes a headset to the phones, a Bluetooth wireless headset. That means I can, through the vMobile, I can place a call, answer an incoming call, disconnect a call, confirm the call was connected, confirm if the call prematurely dropped. So these are some of your KPIs you can be looking at. Was the call connected or did the call fail? Did the call stay up or did the call drop prematurely, which would cause errors? So you can capture all that information using the vMobile script. And then once the call is up, then you can run analysis on the audio path. This analysis includes voice quality. And we use, you can use either the POLQA algorithm or the PESC algorithm. We have both. We can also show you signal and noise levels. Audio dropout analysis. Was there any audio dropouts in the recorded file, which might then be used to determine why your voice quality score was low. We can take a look at the power and the frequency. I like to use the frequency, so if I'm running a test on wideband, I'll look at the frequency bandwidth and determine if I am at 8,000 hertz or around 7,500 hertz. If I'm down to the 3,500 hertz, I knew that somewhere in the network it dropped to narrowband, and that's why my scores are a little low for voice quality. So all these different types of metrics are available, along with delay. So I can also run delay measurements with this, and I'll show you that on another screen. So full testing of mobile phones, performing voice quality and delay on the mobile network. You can see that I have two phones here. I can test the two phones, this phone calling that phone and running a test, but I don't have to do that. I can run this phone to another vMobile, call another phone that's connected to a different vMobile or a vQuad, and this phone doing something completely different. So the two sides of the vMobile are completely independent and can run completely independent and simultaneous tests. So again, they can run tests between the two phones, or they can run fully independent tests. And this is where you can connect to another, a phone that's connected to a different vMobile or connected to a vQuad. And again, everything is run using the vMobile scripts. So the other test is for mobile networks. So mobile radio, well, for mobile radio, we can connect using the interface on the bottom of the vMobile. It's an analog interface that includes the PTT enable disable. So we can control the radio as well as send and receive voice for voice quality testing, path confirmation, delay measurements, things like that. So we can connect to any radio and be ultra portable. So the radio is sitting on our belt and the vMobile is sitting in our pocket. There's a cable between them, and you just walk around and do tests. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is the vMobile has, I believe I mentioned this earlier, it has GPS. So as you're walking around doing these tests, whether you're doing tests with mobile phones or mobile radios, we're also stamping all the results, all the events with GPS coordinates. And I'll show you in a little bit how you can actually see that in Google Maps using the GL WebViewer, which shows all your results and so forth. So we're stamping everything with GPS. Now, if you're running a test inside of a building, we have another method for since you won't have GPS, but you still want to track where you are. We have something called the indoor tracking system, or ITS, which is currently available with the vQuad and will soon be available with the vMobile. So you'll be able to basically plot where you are, plot the voice quality scores directly on a JPEG graphic of your floor plan. So as you walk around the floor, we're running voice quality tests, and those results, whether they pass or fail, will be printed directly onto the floor plan itself. Again, you can run these tests inside, outside, and we can plot everything. Now, since the vMobile, it's a very small unit. There is a lot of power in it, but we do not have any analysis inside of the vMobile, audio analysis. We're able to send and record voice files, but we can't analyze the voice files. So what we've created is a tool called the Voice Analysis Tool, VAT. So we can then take the voice file. It'll automatically send it to wherever the VAT tool is located. Okay, it'll send it directly through TCP/IP connection, and the VAT tool can then, based on what you want to do, you configure this when you're recording the voice file. So based on what you want to do, you can run a delay measurement test, run a signal level test, signal and noise level test, an audio dropout test, frequency and power test, a variety of different types of tests you can run from the VAT, as well as connecting the VAT to the voice quality software, the GL voice quality software, and then perform the voice quality test, POLQA or PESC. So everything is very fluid, meaning that it's all automatically run. You don't have to really know anything. So as you're running the script on the vMobile, and the files are being recorded, they're automatically sent to where the VAT is located, and the VAT is then automatically set up to grab the file, run the analysis, run the voice quality test, and then submit the results to a central database where you can then access and view your results. Everything is fully automatic. Okay. And what this screen is, this is showing you our legacy voice quality software, which again, it's a piece of software. This can sit where the VAT software is located. This is also run fully automatic as well. And our voice quality software can be configured with a POLQA license and or a PESC license. So you can run POLQA testing, get POLQA results or PESC results. And with PESC, we can then convert that to a DAC if needed. This is for the mobile radio guys. So we do support that as well. Again, this is automatic. You can also run manual tests with the voice quality software and remote. So you have full remote access using the supplied API and CLI to control the VQT software. Delay measurements. So for for mobile networks, for mobile phones, we can run a one-way delay between the two phones. So if the two phones are located on the same vMobile or vQuad, we can run a delay measurement without any GPS or anything between the two phones. We just use the internal clock. So this will give you a delay from one phone to the other phone. If the two phones are separated, then we can use GPS on both sides of the call in order to provide delay measurements. So we'll use GPS with a protocol in order to sync the two sides up. For round trip delay, we don't need GPS. It doesn't matter if the two phones are co-located or they're separated. What we end up doing is putting the far end phone in a loop, and the near end phone will send and receive. So you'll send, the far end phone will receive and then send back, and the near end phone will receive that and then provide you with a full round trip delay, going from phone 1 to phone 2 and back to phone 1. For mobile radios, we can provide one-way delay. Can't really provide round trip delay for mobile radios since there's the whole push to talk, but we can provide one-way delay. And again, with the analog interface, keep in mind it is a 4-wire analog, so it can be a headset to anything. So we can be a headset to your PC, to a phone itself. So if you wanted a wired connection to the phone, we can provide that as well. Pretty much anything that's 4-wire analog, we can support. And this includes on a mobile phone, whether it's Bluetooth or 4-wire analog. We can also provide testing on over-the-top applications, such as WhatsApp, Skype, pretty much anything out there. We can provide testing, voice quality and delay measurement testing. Okay. Now, another solution that we have that is embedded within the vMobile scripting is our data quality testing. This is for mobile networks, mobile phone networks. So in a mobile phone network, we have an app that supports both Android and iOS. It goes onto the phone. It's called our GL Net Test. And with this app, we can run a variety of different data tests through the network. A TCP test, basically speed test, UDP test, this is for capacity, HTTP, going to a website, FTP, so an upload and download to an FTP server, DNS, VoIP, video simulation, and also we can test SMS and email from the mobile device. All this is supported in this Net Test and the Net Test app. And this just gets installed on a phone, and then the Net Test connects to something called our mobile device controller that sits on another PC. In the vMobile, using the vMobile script, we can control this Net Test functionality. So we can, from the script, we can tell a specific mobile phone to start a Net Test, and let's say a TCP or an HTTP test, provide the parameters of that test, and then the results will go back into the central database. So while you're running your voice quality testing, we can also run data tests directly within the vMobile script. This is available currently with the vQuad. This is also going to be available with the vMobile. So voice quality and data testing all simultaneous using the vMobile scripting. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to run a short little video demo. This is actually, it looks like a drawing. This is actually a picture that we took. This is one of our vMobile units, and these are two mobile phones that we're connecting to the vMobile. And we're going to run we have a script that there's a script that runs on side one for this phone for placing the call, and there's a script that runs on side two for this phone for answering the call. And once the call is up, the script on side one will control both sides for sending and recording the audio in order to perform the voice quality and other types of tests, other metrics within the whichever ones we want to select in the VAT software. So let's now before I get into that, let me also show you one thing here. So as I mentioned, there's buttons and there is a little screen. Okay, so using these buttons, I can manipulate in the screen. Well, first of all, on the screen, you can't see it that great, but on the screen, you can see a bunch of status here. So you can see up top, there is a side one and a side two. I have little Bluetooth indicators to show me that I am connected to Bluetooth. I have a little battery indicator telling me what my battery power is, a little GPS indicator telling me that GPS is connected. And then I have my Wi-Fi connections. So this is telling me that I'm connected to the console, to the central system, and to what we call a listener in order to send the voice files to the VAT software. So all my connections are up, it shows me. If any connection is not up, it'll tell me immediately. And it's telling me my vMobile is idle right now. Now, using the buttons, I can show full status. So I can show exactly what I'm connected to in the for the central database, the console, and so forth, what IP I'm connected to, what port I'm connected to. It can also show me in GPS. It can tell me what my GPS coordinates are. So it'll give me full types of status of everything that is currently set up in the vMobile. I can also perform some configurations. For instance, I can change my sampling rate directly from these buttons. I can change whether I am in Bluetooth or PTT mode. I can also specify there is a audio headset on the bottom here. It's just a 3.5 millimeter jack, and I can plug a stereo headset into there so I can listen. So I can listen to the transmit or receive of side one and the transmit or receive of side two, and I can configure that. So I can listen to the left ear could be transmit of side one and receive of side one, or the left ear is transmit of side one and the right ear is receive of side one, or I could say left ear is transmit of side one and right ear is transmit of side two. Whatever you want, you can configure that directly from these buttons in the screen. You can also take a look at the your about screen, so you can see the current versions, software, the config files, all that everything is available here. Now, another thing that we have in here that is unique that I like to mention is there is a embedded SD card inside of the vMobile. So that has the full software and full operating system. It's a Linux operating system, so it has the full operating system and full software on the SD card. So if anything should ever happen to the vMobile and you become in a bad state, you can't get out of the bad state, rather than shipping the unit back to GL, you can just click a button on the vMobile, and you will then boot the vMobile from the SD card and transfer the entire image back over to the main drive, and then you're up ready to go again. You're ready to run again. So it's a fail-safe type of scenario here. The other thing we have, as I mentioned, we have Wi-Fi. Now, if you're walking around or driving and you lose Wi-Fi connection, don't worry about it. The test will still run. Everything will still run as normal. And rather than sending the results, sending the captured files to get analyzed, everything will be stored on the vMobile until your Wi-Fi connection is back up, and then you'll start sending everything back over. So that's another fail-safe that we have. Finally, upgrades. As I mentioned earlier, from the console, I can what will happen for an upgrade, a software upgrade, you'll get a file from GL, or you'll download it from our website, and then using the console, you'll select which vMobiles you want to upgrade, select all, and click upgrade, and the console will directly talk to the vMobile, send the upgrade file, reboot the vMobile so it will install the new upgraded file, and then confirm that the upgraded file was installed. And if there's any problems, the upgraded file will not install. So it'll just stay where it was. So we confirm that everything is good. We confirm the file is good. If there's any problems, we don't do the upgrade. So again, a fail safe for that. And finally, you can also send files to the vMobile from the console. So let's say you have a new voice file you want to use for running a voice quality test. Well, from the console, you can send it right to your vMobile. You don't need the vMobile in front of you. The vMobile can be sitting somewhere else, and right from the console, you send it right to the vMobile. Everybody's connected to the internet. And then you can also ask the vMobile to retrieve any type of logs. So we have error logs, we have Bluetooth logs, a bunch of different logs, and you can retrieve those logs from the vMobile back to the console and then view them as PDFs. So again, very versatile, very easy to use, the whole operation. So let me go into the next screen, and this is our video. So this is I believe this is an iPhone that we have our app installed, and we're going to click on the app, and we're going to bring up our console app application. Okay, so now we have the console app application up, and we are looking right now at all the connected vMobile units. These are all the connected vMobile units, and actually, in a second, I'll show you. We'll scroll down, and there's a lot more. And we'll see, for instance, the first one, it says we are on PTT. Okay, so that's configured for PTT or 4-wire analog, and these are configured for Bluetooth right here. So we're either configured for PTT or Bluetooth, and this one actually says it's away. So it's no longer talking. So the vMobile actually talks to the console, and if it doesn't talk for a period of time, it'll show away. And then at some point, it'll become unavailable. And then if you click on this button here, you can then see all your unavailable devices. So right now, we're only seeing available devices. We're also going to show the what is going on in terms of scripting on side 1 and side 2. Okay. Right now, we are idle. We're not doing anything. And the call status is idle. So here, I'll show you in a little bit, at the end of this slide video, I'll show you how that kit will change as well. So, so now you'll see there are a bunch of vMobiles currently connected to the console, and I can select any of these. So now what we're going to do is select one of these vMobiles and bring up this screen. So now I'm on a very specific vMobile, and I'm showing a bunch of other information for that vMobile. Your active status is going to give you time zone, daylight savings, all this stuff. This is your last active status. That's the last time you talked to the console. It's going to give you your side 1 and side 2 for Bluetooth. It'll tell you the name of the Bluetooth phone, the name of the script that you've currently got configured, your statuses, all that information is shown right here. Your GPS location, and I'm connected, okay? So I know I'm connected to GPS. My Wi-Fi, battery status, now I can see my console IP port, I'm connected. My central system, so console IP, that's where all the configuration, operation, everything is being handled, and I'm connected to that. Central system, that's where I'm sending all my results, all my events, everything, so I can display, show them, display them, map them, and I'm connected to that. GL listener, that's where my VAT software is located, and that's where I'm doing my analysis. I'm connected to that, and these can all be the same system if you want. So you can see that the central system and the GL listener is the same IP, but whatever you want to do here, wherever you install these applications, it's going to give you my vMobile serial number, my bit file, and my version number. Okay, so now let me go back briefly. Okay, so now there's a little button down here called Operation. So when I click that little button called Operation, I go into these screens where I can select Operation, which is running a script, device parameters or device configuration, and global parameters. So under device parameters, I can specify my Bluetooth. So what is connected for side 1 and side 2? I can pair my phones, so I can configure here. It's like that's a button here, and I can configure side 1, side 2, pair a phone, connect the phone. If I have multiple phones, I can select which phone I want to connect. I can select auto connect. So all that is done here. So no need to have the vMobile in front of you. You can do all this through the console, connect and disconnect the Bluetooth. Now, if you were on PTT, none of this would be on the screen. You would have then the ability to manually enable or disable the PTT. Then what I'm going to do is go to the global parameters, and from the global parameters, here I can configure. Now I'm not just looking at them. Now I can configure the IPs for the different networks. I can configure the directory where my VAT application is looking for my for analyzing my voice files. I can configure my sampling rate. So here I'll show you. It's actually going to bring up a screen with my sampling rate. So I can specify what my sampling rate is. I can configure the daylight savings, my time zone, my GPS antenna when I'm internal or external. All this is configurable, even down here where I can go between Bluetooth and PTT. Everything is configurable. So now I'm done configuring. I got my Bluetooth set up. I got all my global parameters set up. Now I'm going to run a test. So here I got side 1 and side 2 again. And now I can specify what script I want to run. Now, these are the scripts that are on this vMobile. So the vMobile has already told the console what scripts it has. So now you'll select from a list what script I want to run. And this can be a very long list. So you're going to select what script I want to run for side 1 and what script I want to run from side 2. And I'm also showing that my sampling rate is 16,000 or wideband. And I can also put start variables. So I can specify, even though the script has a phone number to dial, I can override that. Or I can override the call ID, which is basically a parameter which is used for querying the results. I can override what's in the script right from the screen here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start. run the test. So I submitted that, and now it's starting the script. Let's see here. It'll come back from the console, and you'll see that it's running on both sides. The script is running. So, and now what you'll see right here, script is running, but the phone is still idle. The phone status is still idle. So I run this now. He's going to refresh the screen in a second. Placing call on here, incoming call on here. So now now you're seeing the call status. And he's going to refresh again. And now I can see that both sides are in a connected state and the script is running. And it's running whatever operations it's running in the script, whatever you've set up in the script. In this case, I believe it's sending and recording voice files for voice quality analysis. And let me run this video real quick. So that was the console app. That was the actual operation of the console app. Now I'm showing you our web viewer. So this is looking at the results from that test that we ran inside of our central database. So this application has been out for quite some time, for many years, and I just want to show you how this is going to show in our web viewer. So these are my call events, and so you can see down here. Let's see, placing a call. I get a ring back on the far end, an incoming call, my caller ID, and I get a call connected and so forth. So those are my call events. So I'm seeing all the call events. Then I can go over to POLQA and see all of my POLQA scores for my testing. So here's my POLQA score, and then a bunch of other metrics like speech level, noise level, and so forth. And I can specify a time filter from here. I can specify a specific device ID or call ID, so I can query this and filter these results to a specific test. And then let's see, now what we're going to do is we're going to actually select a predefined filter. So we've created a predefined filter, and we're going to go to the Google Maps. Okay, so this was a test that we ran, and we actually drove around the Washington Beltway, Washington, D.C. Beltway, which goes all around Washington, and that's what you're seeing right here. You're seeing we started from our office, which is up here a little bit, and we went all the way around the Beltway and back up to our office. And you'll see all the different colors here, and those colors are specified over here in the legends. Everything is configurable. So what colors are shown, what your legends mean. So what right here, we're saying POLQA score greater than 2.9 is a pass. That's configurable. Everything on here is configurable. And you can even click on one of those pins and then show the information associated with that pin. So you can see that that specific pin at that specific location has a pass. The score was 3.53, which is above the 2.9, gives me GPS, the actual location. And then I clicked on result display to show even more information about that specific pin. So you'll see we're actually going to show, this actually moves to the right, and you'll see a bunch of information that is, it's basically the same as when we saw the POLQA screen. All that information is available right from here. Okay, so that is the web viewer showing you the different results. Now, one other thing we can show is custom reports. And again, we're going to select a configuration. This is all user definable. And you can see I have a bunch of results here. So connected calls, 100%. Calls dropped, 0. I had 95 calls. My POLQA average was 3.02. I had no failure calls, and so forth. So then if you look down below, again, this is a custom, what we call a custom report. So you can take any parameters, any metrics associated with the database, and specify a report, including a graphic, a line graph for POLQA. I have a line graph for speech gain. I have a bar graph for the call connected, and I can even send this out to a PDF or an Excel. I can make it a report. I can even email this. So every morning you can get a report of the last night or the previous day's test. Okay, so now Raghavendra is going to go into a little bit more into the console and console app applications and how we use that for the vMobile configuration. Again, very simple to use using these applications. So operation is very easy, configuration very easy, and then you can operate the solution. Yeah, go ahead, Raghavendra.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Yeah, so Rob has explained you how the solution works. So I'll just show you how the interface looks like, or how to control the interfaces of the vMobile, maybe from the console or maybe from the console app. So has Rob explained, so this is the console, which is a web-based application. So it will be opened on a browser using a URL, and this is the app-based, which we have the iOS or Android version of it. So basically, it will be communicating with the vMobile to perform the task. So you can communicate, you can run a test or do all sort of operations through the console, and the same thing will be updated immediately on the console app. So they are in the sync. So whatever the application does, if you can run the application from the console, and the same thing will be seen on the app also.
The way this works, very simple. The console is sitting on a system with a public IP. And the vMobile is connected to the console, and the vMobile is constantly saying hello to the console. So the vMobile can be behind a firewall. It doesn't matter where the vMobile is. It's constantly saying hello to the console, and then the console can then tell the vMobile what to do. The console app is also connected directly to the console. And so that's why Raghavendra said the console app and the console are in sync, because the console app is getting whatever information the console has. So the console app will tell the console to run or configure something on the vMobile, and then the console will send so the console is always interacting with the vMobile. The console app interacts with the console. Now, there is a time that the console app can directly talk to the vMobile. I forgot to mention that, and that is, let's say your vMobile is out and about, and you need to, you don't have your connection to the console anymore. You don't have Wi-Fi. Let's say you don't have Wi-Fi, and there's no way to get the vMobile onto Wi-Fi, and you're sort of out of luck, but you do have your phone. So you can run the console app and make a direct connection with the vMobile, and then tell the vMobile which Wi-Fi to connect to. For instance, tether to your phone, and then the vMobile will take that setting, connect, and then from the console or console app, you can then do all your other configurations of the vMobile. So the console is the pivotal point here, and the console app and the vMobile talk to the console.
So yeah, so this is how you can control the vMobile, wherein which you can run the tests fluently without any disturbances. And also you can say, for example, if the internet is down, or if you are not able to run a test, you can also run a test from the application vMobile hardware too. So you can start the test, and all the tests it will automatically perform, and also it will save the results internally into the local database with the call status, as well as the files, the PCM files too, internally in the vMobile itself. And once the connection is re-established, it will send the events back to the WebViewer, as well as to the VQT or the VAT PCs, wherein which you can do the further analysis, like the voice quality, or maybe the delay, or maybe the one-way or round-trip delay, or the frequency analysis. So all those tests can be performed. So there is no hassle like, okay, data will be lost or something. So everything will be saved internally. And also there is one more thing that, as you can see on the screen, it shows you one console can it will show you all the vMobiles it is connected to the console. So here you can see a couple of vMobiles available, and you can see a couple others are not available. So basically you can run the test between the 1 and the 2. So that is also possible. So you can run a script wherein which side one says, okay, run a test on particular device one, and you want to run a test between side one and say, for example, third vMobile side two. That is also possible. So there is a command wherein which it says, okay, since it is connected to a same console, so you can operate from side one to the third vMobile side two. So you can, so there is a flexibility wherein which you can write a script where side one of the vMobile says start the script on side two of the particular third vMobile. So that option is also available. So basically, you can control the vMobile, operate it, so without any issues. So either you can control it from the console or maybe through the console app. So here you can see the status. So where in which what's the status of the vMobile. So say for example, is the vMobile available? What's the name of the vMobile? What's the battery status of it? What version it is running on? And what's the Wi-Fi it's connected to? And what's the site? So what's the name of the site? Where in which this is the site name? It will be displayed on the web viewer. So you can see which side it is and which phone it is connected to. As you can see, the first one it is not connected to any phone. It's grayed out. The second one it is connected, that means that it is still active and it's connected to a particular phone. You can run the test. Once it is running, it changes its color saying that the scripts are running. So you can see all the status of the particular vMobile from the status screen. Same thing on the vMobile app also. So from the app also you can identify what is the status of the particular vMobile. So you can monitor the vMobile directly from the from home. So it should not be in the office or it should not be in the same location. From anywhere you can view the status and you can see how the test is progressing. This is how you can see the status screen. So this is how the where in which you can configure the devices. So here you can, has Rob shown you from the app perspective, how you can change the device IDs, also the Bluetooth names, also the auto connections. If the Bluetooth is connected, it will be showing which phone it is connected to, as well as you can pair a new phone, or you can disconnect the phones, or you connect to the new phones. You can scan a Bluetooth. You can know what phone it is around. So you need not be in the same location. You can be anywhere. You have the access of the console. You can just scan. You can find out which phone you wanted to. Then you can connect it. Once it is in a pair device list, you can just pair it and you can connect it and you can perform the test. So this is where you can, the device configuration comes to handy, where in which you can connect the phones. You can go to the global configurations to connect where's the VQT application is running. You can change the IP on that. You can change the vMobile name also, and also you can change the Wi-Fi too. So say for example, if you are doing a drive test and if you're changing the Wi-Fi from one location to another location, say for example, you want to have a coffee, then you can go to the coffee store and you can connect to that Wi-Fi also. So in that way, you can instantly go to the global configuration, change the Wi-Fi, connect the internet, and get the internet connection. So that is also possible through this device configuration. So it is flexible to have the settings. So this is where you can connect to a particular phones or Wi-Fi's, or say for example, monitor port. You can also monitor the audios which you want to, which vMobile is able to. The person will be sitting beside vMobile, and if you want to know if the audio, it is what is a sent audio and received audio, you can configure the monitor port also. So this is where you can configure the vMobile. It may be from the console or it may be from the console app. So this is the operation screen where you would like to run the tests from the on the vMobile. So you can select which vMobile you want to run. You can select which script you want to run it on which device. So you can select a script, and there are a couple of features wherein which you can load a script too. Say for example, you have a script in your PC, you want to load it to a vMobile which is in a what do you say, in the drive location. So you can just load a script from here. So it will be pushing the script to the vMobile, and from there you can select that particular script and run that too. So instance, so no need of going that particular location. So from here only you can select a script, and once it is uploaded, you get a notification it is uploaded. Then from there you can upload the script. So basically, if you select on this, it gives a drop down. What are all the scripts vMobile contains internally in its memory? You can run those scripts. Or maybe say for example, if you want to upload a PCM file, so that is also possible. So you can just upload a reference PCM file if it is not there. So you can just select those PCM files and you can upload it. Or say for example, if you want to delete those couple of scripts, you can delete Also you can download the script to view how the script is doing. So you can do that also. So it will download to a local PC where in which you are viewing it. So that is also possible. So both operations can be done simultaneously from the app as well also from the console. So this is where the script. So this is where we can automate the scripts. So you can write the script directly from the console also. So there is an option called manage scripts. You can create the edit scripts. So you can select which vMobile you want to edit the scripts or upload a script or write a script. So select one vMobile, then you can select which vMobile, which scripts you want to edit. You can select that and click on edit. It will load the, it will grab the script from the vMobile and it will load on the screen. So this is the script which is available on that particular vMobile. You can edit it or you can create a new script also. And you can basically, script is simple, where in which you have a component on the left side. So all the components are available. You need to just double tap on it. It gives a pop-up and you need to just feed the information. So say for example, if you are doing an incoming call, so what's the number on that, on which side you want to place a call, or say if it's an answer call, say here it's an answer call. So here I'm waiting for the incoming call. So I need to click on the condition, wait condition. The pop-up comes, you select incoming call from the drop down and what is our interval it should wait for on which device.
The script editor, it's a means of creating an automatic script for the vMobile. And there's a lot of operations as Raghavendra was going through, and I apologize, I don't think we really have the time right now, but there's conditional statements, there's operations, there's the transmit and receive voice. All that is available in the script editor. So everything you need to do is available in the script editor. It's a very easy point and click type of thing. If you're familiar with a vQuad, we've tried to take that same methodology and bring it over to the console for creating a script and then uploading the script directly to the vMobile. So again, the vMobile does not have to be in front of you. You can create, edit, whatever, and then send it to that vMobile and then run it on that vMobile. So very, very flexible, very easy to use. And then as Raghavan just said, you can also download the script directly to your PC where you're accessing the console. Remember, it's just a web browser, and you can bring it up in a notepad and look at the script from there as well. So very, very flexible type of situation. So I think why don't you move to the last screen? I just like this image. It's the drive test around the Washington Beltway, and again, it shows you going from our office at the top, going around the Beltway and coming back, and providing all the voice quality, as well as whether the call passed or failed, meaning did the call go through, did the call get dropped. All that information can be put onto this screen and plot it. And this could be a drive test, it could be a walk test, it could be a bus test, a train test, whatever you want, all available from the vMobile. And if anybody wants to touch base with us, please do so, and we'll get you some more information. Thank you.